In this video, we're going to talk about the two most important questions you can ask on any interview. They are, "I'm sorry," and "What's that?" If you're wondering why, I don't blame you. These two questions are instrumental in getting someone you're interviewing to repeat what they said in case something goes wrong with their mic. For example, this is helpful if you hear a random click or scratching from the mic, or even when sometimes mics can brush up against somebody's shirt or clothing or even jewelry. This is also a great tip for when a loud car or truck passes by, or something mechanical like an air conditioner or a cell phone. Anything that makes loud or abrupt noises all of a sudden goes off. Truth is, anything can interfere with your audio, and is why when you see the results that you get from this tip, you'll really like it. This next part of this video is a separate video I made for students as well as those in their first and second jobs. So here we go. You're going to run into a problem interviewing, and definitely at some point run into this problem if you're like me and you try and change up what your shot looks like visually every second or third soundbite. And that is that while you're adjusting the camera like you're seeing here, or perhaps a mic pops, or a loud noise happens somewhere else, that at some point you're gonna need somebody to say something again, and the question's gonna be, how are you gonna do it? Well, this answers that. So if you're talking with somebody and they say something and you know that the audio is bad, here is how to get them to instantly repeat what they said in most likely the same enthusiasm, the same tone, and almost verbatim. And that is by asking, or saying rather, one of two phrases. The first one is, "I'm sorry," and the second one you can use is, "What's that?" When you use either of those two phrases, the person you're interviewing will almost always repeat what they just said exactly the way they previously just said it. And it's all because of human psychology. Saying, "I'm sorry," or "What's that?" It's low key. It's a non-pressure way to ask them to repeat something that puts them in a position of power. They feel like they're the expert, that they've added value, and is why, naturally, without even thinking, they're going to repeat themselves. It really is magic. On the other hand, if you were to directly ask them, directly give them specific instructions like, "Hey, could you repeat what you just said?" Or something even worse, "Hey, could you repeat what you just said using the exact same words?" At that point, they feel like they have to perform, and in the process of trying to remember what it was they just said, because now you've told them it's really important, they actually almost totally forget. Now, they're gonna try to repeat themselves as best they can for you, but almost every time there's gonna be a lot of starts and stops. It's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be a little frustrating for them, and they're gonna feel like they're failing you because they can't remember exactly what they said, and they're trying to remember exactly what they said. And if you ask them directly, every time they won't be able to do it. And the situations when you need to do this will range a little bit. Here's some examples from me. These first ones are from situations to where I was just simply changing the zoom of the camera. So changing the interview shot, the person said something great, and then I would have to have them say it again. There's other examples where I'm changing the lighting in the shot. In this case, we were outside, so I was adjusting. And in this next case, it's somebody doing something and narrating what they're doing as I'm getting B-roll of them cooking. And they happen to say something that I thought I might actually use in the final piece. So what I do is I move the camera so that the shotgun mic is pointed towards their face, so I can get really good audio right after I say, "I'm sorry." So here's a quick montage now of all of those moments.
Muffins are phenomenal. And we've had customers tell us that they come in and they get some blueberry muffins and they pop them in the microwave for themselves and they add a little bit of butter and they have one with their pet. which I love. They'll get one of the blueberry muffins and pop it in their microwave and heat it up, add a little butter, and they get to have the same treat their dogs do. Yes, they are kids that their parents own a candy store, but
I'm sorry?
they're like kids that their parents own a candy store, so sometimes they will overdo it. And so we have to spoil their friends when they come over too.
No, it's music to my ears actually, because that means that our business is flourishing.
I'm sorry?
It's music to our ears actually, because it means that our business is flourishing and God's blessing. That's exciting for people, you know.
I'm sorry?
That's exciting for people.
Really?
Oh yes. And people say, hey, I'm gonna go check that place out.
What you're looking for is a nice kind of golden brown.
I'm sorry?
Golden brown on both sides. That's what you're looking for.
You know, word's getting out. Like I say, 90% of my customers are new client, and they find me on by word of mouth and also Yelp.
I'm sorry, what was that about business?
I was saying that 90% of my customers that comes in every day are new clients, new customers, and they hear about me, you know, through word of mouth and also through Yelp.
If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll see you in the next video.